Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Animal Wisdom Tarot by Don Brunk, illustrated by Ola Leola. There's a website for them, cicobooks.com. Supportive Oracle cards, spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. There's their full names. There's websites for them. Though I think the She Who Is Art is for all of them. I'm not sure. I don't remember going to that website, but I think I have. There's a couple other websites there if you'd like to check them out. Feel free. Just freeze the frame and do as you wish, of course. Of course. I had a card fly out while I was shuffling for you guys. And like my first question when I saw it fly out, which was the Eight of Cups, it's almost like what's being forgotten. Like it's almost like you walked away from something, but it's almost like there's something still out there for you that maybe you're not thinking of. Like some benefit or something good that I feel like you don't realize that you left it behind. Like I know you guys are quick movers and you guys get a lot done. You go from one to the next as necessary. I feel like there's something lingering out there, something unfinished that's still a benefit to you. That Eight of Cups feels like, to me, especially the way it flew out of the deck and it kind of hit under my chair, there's something out there that you could still claim and actually make real good movement forward. The Six of Wands is here. It's saying like you don't see something that could really benefit you right now. Something you already did. Oh, that card showed up. Okay. It's a good card. It's the Five of Wands. It's a good card for you anyway. I'm seeing the Scorpion there, and it makes me think of Scorpio. So I'm going to go into my spiel, which I've done for almost every other one so far. If you're watching this in September of 2021, granted, these readings are valid for whenever you come to them, but if you're watching in that time frame, around the 10th, Venus goes into Scorpio, and this keeps reminding me, like I keep thinking that something significant is going to happen. It might trigger something in that time frame or while Venus is in Scorpio. If you're watching this afterwards, like Venus is no longer in Scorpio, if the sun or moon is in Scorpio, that might trigger this next movement forward. And it might be the moment when this this hidden benefit is most active for you, or when it's best for you to take advantage of it. It's something from your past that you kind of left to the side and you haven't been thinking of for a while. Six of Cups. Okay, so it's funny to me. I didn't realize it was here, but this is a history card. Something that you've already done, something waiting to the side. It's almost like something you put into storage, or you're kind of like, well, when I need it, I'll know where it is. Something like that, that we need to take out of suspension. There's something here that's going to get in your way. Something here you don't want to give up on. I almost feel like you're going to end up getting stuck because it's like does that say the Master of Suspension? the Master of Suspension, which I believe is the Hanged Person, the Hanged Man. It's number 12. I believe that is the Hanged Man. You're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck, and you're not going to know how to move forward without causing a mess. I mean, you could use your lion energy there, and you could just rip something apart. Granted, I don't think you want to. You don't want to destroy the situation. But it's kind of like, I'm stuck. I don't know how to keep moving forward without causing damage. And they're kind of like, well, you have something from your past that could benefit you. You got to remember what it is, though, and pull it forward. Spirit Guide is coming forward with the links, which is the Nine of Wands, saying, hold on, don't burst through just yet, and try to remember that there's something here that can help you forward. What is that? What is it? Because there's like, when I'm seeing the raccoon here, I just feel like there's this little gift holding out. Kind of like there's something here that could help you move forward. Or someone. This is the Page of Pentacles. So there might be a person or an ally from your past that might have the information or the ability to help you move past this hurdle. It kind of reminds me of, I don't remember exactly how the story works, but the shorthand of it is like the lion gets a thorn in their paw. And they can't get it out. They just can't get it out. But then some other animal comes over. I don't remember if it's like a mongoose or what it was. Could have been a raccoon for all I could remember. But they come over and they have the ability to grab that thorn and pull it out so that the pain is no longer there for the lion. The lion is very mighty, but sometimes they need help from the smallest animal to relieve a situation. That's the moral of the story. You might have an ally who could help you move forward. Okay. This ally, this is the Hierophant, sometimes talks about Taurus energy. Doesn't mean this person has to be a Taurus. But where I'm going to go with this, Earth and Fire are not usually compatible. That's not always the case. Everybody has a different chart. Sometimes Fire does get along with Earth because you have things in your chart that help you out with that. But the point is here, even though this person may not be an Earth sign, they may be somebody that you don't really like dealing with. They may be somebody you don't like dealing with, but genuinely is a good person and will do the right thing and help you. This is somebody who may like you, actually, yet you're like, okay, they're not, I don't think of them as a bad person, but I don't really want to deal with them. I can think of people in that. I can feel people in that category in my life anyway, where I'm like, I don't think they're a bad person, but I don't want to deal with them. I just don't want to deal with them. I don't know how else to say it. It's like, the way they do things and the way I do things are so different. I don't think they're a bad person, but I'm just like, I don't want to work with them. I don't want to hang out with them, really. Some of them are like that. But I'm like, I don't think they're a bad person. We just don't mesh. We don't match. That's all. That's all. And I feel like this might be the type of person that you need this help from. That may help you clear this hurdle, or move it out of the way, or do whatever needs to be done. Or maybe you need to call on them. Can you handle this for me? Because you have the finesse and patience. The bull has patience. That's usually Taurus. There's patience involved here. They may have the patience to handle this and clear it out, and you're like, I just don't. You may not. You may not. All Leos are different. Granted, we're not cookie cutter. Nobody's a cookie cutter. Yeah, clarity, reconciliation. Not for nothing. The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups also with this Eight of Cups and the reconciliation. All this together really shows to me like there's somebody, I think it's a person from your past. And the Five of Wands is telling me like it may not be somebody you want to actually deal with, but yet holds a lot of success and is very helpful. What you don't like, they might be good at. What you're not good at, they might be good at. I mean, we're all human. Typically, we're not all good at the same thing. Typically, Leos are not great at being patient. It's sometimes a hard thing to do. If it's getting this from here to there, you can get that there. You have the stamina and strength to do it, but waiting and slowly waiting for somebody else to figure it out and to put it together and to move it, that might be hard. That might be difficult. And you got these two, the clarity with the reconciliation, somebody else, this person, I feel like hopefully anyway, either while I'm doing this reading or maybe, in a few days, it'll just kind of snap in like, oh, that person. Oh. It might come in like that, like, yeah, that person. I guess. Okay. It might come in like that. I don't think you would bother with this person if you didn't think they were a good person. It just may be somebody you're like, that's not my flavor. Kind of like how some people don't like licorice. You're kind of like, ooh, no, I don't want that. Or how some people don't like hot peppers. They're like, ooh, no, thank you. Other people do. Some people don't. You know what I mean? The polar bear coming in, that's the Knight of Cups. This is somebody who likes you, by the way. Maybe there's an attachment issue with that. Kind of like, yeah, but when I deal with them, they can be a little clingy. Maybe that's a part of this why you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. Because once I start asking them for help, they're kind of sticky. I have a hard time getting them off me. That's the answer, though. I mean, that's the answer. Six of Fossils, Six of Pentacles, they will help you. They do like you. They will help you. Six of Pentacles. They also will want something in return. I don't see Leo having a problem with giving something in return. It's what they want in return. So it depends on what they want. So I feel like you just got to make it clear in the beginning, like, okay, I actually know you're good at this and I would like you to help me. If I do that, what do you want? What do you want from me? And I'll tell you what I'm willing to give to you. Something like that. Because there's boundaries and there's family. I'm not even going to explain the family part because I feel like that'll make sense personally to however you need to apply it. But the boundaries are like, I will do this, I won't do that. Just define it ahead of time, you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. You need to define it ahead of time. We don't want to leave this kind of like, oh, I don't know what I'll need from you, but I'll help you with that, and when I need you, I'll let you know. Define it ahead of time. Like, okay, well, wait a minute. If you need help moving within an hour's drive, I'll help you within an hour's drive, or maybe less. You're like, if you need help moving within 15-minute drive, I'll do that, or a half-hour drive with it. Yeah, define what you're willing to do. Don't just leave it open-ended. I think that's what I'm worried about. Oh, sure, Leo, I'll help you, and when I need your help, I'll let you know. Define it. Kind of like, well, define them what you're willing to and not to. It doesn't have to be elaborate, but kind of like, I don't know. If you need some extra money up to $100, I'll give you that, but if you need $1,000, we're not going there. I don't know. You just need to define it. Know what this person wants from you usually. What do they usually want? And just define that ahead of time. Kind of like, if you need me to go on a trip with you, I'll go on that trip, but I'm not paying your way and mine. But I'll go with you and help you do things there. Like if you've been stuck in that quagmire before, or you're like, I don't know. I feel like whenever you figure out who it is, you'll know what it is. Whatever it is you don't want to do with them, just set that boundary. Like, I'll do this, but I won't do that like we've done in the past. I won't do that. Just don't leave it out in the ether where it's just kind of like, they'll kind of like, oh, I wonder what I could get the Leo to do for me. No. We got to define boundaries. Like, just let them know ahead of time before they help you. Like, you got to just tell me beforehand what you're going to want, because I'm not going to agree to just anything. I do need your help. I do want your help. I would like your help. But we got to define boundaries about what I'm willing to do. I feel like when you figure out who the person is, I feel like you'll know. Like, oh, that's what they had me do before. I don't want to do that again. So it's kind of like, I don't want to pick up Aunt Susie, who drives me crazy, and drive her halfway across town or halfway across the world. Like, I don't want to take a 5-hour trip with Aunt Susie when she drives me mad. So I'll tell them, like, I will help you with things, but if it has to do with Aunt Susie, no. I don't want anything to do with Aunt Susie. She drives me crazy. So I feel like when you figure out who it is, you'll know what it is, the boundary you have to set. I feel like that'll just kind of lock into place, like, I won't do this, but I will do that. I could talk all day on that, but again, I think when you figure out who it is, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know the boundary to set. You'll figure it out quite quickly. Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.